All right, welcome, it's my little buddy. Let's jump right into this. The eel deal. Go in. All right. So I was goofing around. I recently started the Portal playthrough. That looks deadly. Because oh, okay. I was scared. Anyways, I recently started the Portal playthrough because I was having trouble. I don't. Can I hit you into it? That didn't work. Yeah. Oh, good, eels. Yeah. Okay, try this again. Because I needed, with my newer capture card, I needed a converter because it can only have HDMI signals. And, nice. So since I didn't, thought I had bought an adapter, not a converter, so I decided to start a different playthrough so I could play something while I waited to eventually buy my converter and continue my Turok playthrough. Well, it turns out I'm just an idiot. I was looking at the one I bought, and and I noticed there was like a little UBS thing in there. Oh. I don't think I can actually go anywhere. It doesn't look like it opens. Alright, there's a USB thing. I'm like, oh, I wonder if the problem wasn't that I bought the wrong thing, it's that I just didn't plug it in and turn it on. Yep, that's what the problem was. So I was trying to do a, oh boy, a Twisted Metal video just to kind of, because I have that on my PS3, just to kind of test it out. And actually, I think all the Twisted Metal games might be screwed up on the PS3. So I remember I used to have the physical copy of 3, and it sounded awful. Like there was just so much, just this aggressive noise for the like the tires or something. And sorry, my mind's moving slow right now. But there was a similar noise, not quite as bad, but there was a similar noise playing the digital version of 1. So I'm thinking just for whatever reason, those games are just screwed up on the PS3. Not the end of the world, I can just emulate them. Try to get some better sound effects. But I figured I'll still eventually do a video on Twisted Metal. It seemed like a good idea because I just seen the new trailer for the upcoming TV show. Maybe that does open, but I don't feel like trying. Oh boy. Oh, grab them. Yay. Oh. Yeah, I don't know, I have thoughts on the show. It might end up being good. Like it might end up being very entertaining. But I definitely have some concerns, especially tone-wise. Like visually, especially in this new trailer, you finally see some of the, oh crap, I do have to go the other way. You finally see some car action, and that looks pretty good. Ooh. Oh. But yeah, you finally see some vehicles drive around, shooting some rockets and whatnot, and you know that all looks fine. Oops. The music selection in all the trailers has been pretty bad. What was the first one? It was like Len, Steal My Sunshine. Great song, not right for Twisted Metal. The thong song, Sweet Tooth singing the thong song. That is way. Oh jeez, I thought he was going to get me again. That is completely wrong. And then I can't remember what song was in this newest trailer. But, yeah. And some people are like, well, Twisted Metal was always really goofy. Like in the first game, Sweet Tooth wanted a paper bag. And whether or not it was effective, that was supposed to demonstrate just how insane he was. That he basically given this paper bag its own personality and considered it his best friend. Like, I don't think they're necessarily trying to be like slapstick goofy with that thing. Oh, I missed a whole bunch. Like that was more Twisted Metal 3. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Damn. Just feel like I missed something. Thought I hit ya. Tried to hit ya. It Twisted Metal 1. I get the feeling that Twisted Metal 1's in some ways more like Tommy Wiseau's The Room, where I think it was like a legitimate attempt at displaying crazy characters and just this insane, edgy world, and it did not work out as well as they had hoped. The second game, I feel like they'd kind of figured out everything a bit more and kind of figured out the tone they wanted. So I feel like the second game was a bit more intentional humor, as well as definitely darker, with endings like Axel ripping his own arms off just to prove to his father how strong he is. And
10 of 25 crystals. You're on your way. I'm running low on power, so communication from this point will be difficult. Remember,
I hope that wasn't important. Alright, so now I gotta fight you guys. But yeah, I could be completely wrong, but I was just watching the history of it on oh boy. On the Head-On Extra Twisted edition. That was kind of the feeling I got, that Jaffe thought he was, like, at the time he was young and thought he was making something much cooler and more well-made than he actually than he actually was. And it was like later, you know, with a bit of age and wisdom, they realized kind of what he made. Not a bad game, but not the masterpiece that he had originally thought. The second game, like I said, definitely more intentional, definitely more like the intentional humor and the balance of the edginess. Third game, different creator. And even Jappy guy says this, where it's just like, oh, look at that, Sweet Tooth, chain, or not Sweet Tooth, Calypso, twisted the, This was a lot easier than the last one. And Sweet Tooth twisted the wish on them. It's so goofy. Actually, I think that's one thing the fourth game does better than the third game. Third game, it felt like they didn't really know what they wanted. The fourth game, it kind of feels like they had embraced what they had started on the third game and did it much more intentionally. All right, plant food.
Good show, Crash. The Komodo brothers obviously lacked your mettle. But now's not the time to get cocky. There are still many crystals to obtain. Remember, the world is counting on you.
The world is counting on me. There's always counting on me. But yeah, I mean, it's safe to say that even though 2 is definitely darker than... Well, it's definitely the darkest of the ones on the PlayStation 1. It's nowhere near, obviously... Boy, that went fast. Nowhere near as dark as Black. But, yeah, I feel like it didn't... The goofiness that people are claiming the series had, I feel like it only had with 989. And so, I don't just... Okay. I don't know. Sorry. I need to... He's fine. Oh, sure, there is a checkpoint, too. So those are my two biggest concerns. The music is not as... Like, the tone is definitely the biggest concern. It feels more like Disney Marvel. So, like, everything... Well, just Disney in general. Like, both Star Wars and Marvel. Oh, gotta be goofy. Look how funny and... Oh, crap. Silly we are. And sure, there's a tiny bit of that in Twisted Metal, but... It just... The trailers make it look like it's kind of going to be the focus. A whole bunch of slapstick jokes with some car combat in between. The music, just, come on, get some metal, get some Rob Zombie in there. There's so much Rob Zombie in Twisted Metal, mainly 3 and 4, but still, it was like kind of the perfect match. And a lot of, oh, come on, I should have hit the edge of that. A lot of awesome original music, especially, well, actually, Head On has fantastic soundtrack. Oh crap, 1 and 2. I can't talk and play. My final concern is obviously like the story. Like the story is going to be nothing like the games, obviously. It's like this wasteland, and the main character John Doe is a delivery driver. And it takes one cue from come on. It takes one cue from the 2012 game, in that it seems like there's gangs. So like they're talking about like, oh, you got to go through Las Vegas. That's Sweet Tooth's territory. And so yeah, that reminds me of like in the 2012 game, you had like the clowns and the Reapers or whatever. Really? I think that was my last life.
Game over.
I feel like even with this completely different setup, I thought he got me. I feel like they can still have a pretty good story that will feel somewhat like Twisted Metal. I'm just curious if Calypso's gonna be in it somewhere. Come on. Oh, awesome. That'll help with the drowning. Like, is Calypso gonna be in it? Is he gonna have the power to grant wishes? Is it gonna be like, well, depends on the game and the retcon, where he either stole a demon to get his powers, or he was given his powers directly from Satan. So yeah, there's definitely potential. It could be awesome. I'm hoping it's good. I love the games, and like, I wanted to. No, come on, no! I thought I could get out. I wanted a Twisted Metal show. What's that timer? Pretty much. Oh. Anyways, I wanted a Twisted Metal movie since the early days of the series, especially since the reboot of Death Race. Because like the first trailer I saw for that, I honestly thought it was going to be Twisted Metal. That timer makes me nervous. Anyways, yeah, the Jason Statham Death Race, you're like seeing these cars with all these guns on them, drive around shooting each other, and at first it's like, oh, it looks so much like Twisted Metal, especially Black. I think it had just come out, or at least it had come out a couple years before, and so they had that like scrapyard look that you had a bit in, especially like the first game with a couple with like roadkill, but it hadn't been as prevalent in the other games as it was in Black. I don't even know what hit me there. That hit no, I must have got hit by the plant because the TNT or the nitro would have all exploded. Ah. Let's see what that is. Alright. So yeah, when I'd seen the original Death Race, but you know, that was just like some sponsored race across the country. And so the new one taking place at a prison, much more grungy, it didn't really look like Death Race. Plus Twisted Metal Black had taken, like, everyone had escaped from asylum, there was a prison level. So once again, it felt more like Twisted Metal than Death Race. But then they started saying some of the names, like, oh, nope, that's Death Race. That didn't work. I jumped! But yeah, eventually they said, I think they said Machine Gun Joe or something like that. Or they might have said Frankenstein in the trailer. That was kind of like one of the big reveals. Yeah. And heard the name, like, okay, it's Death Race. And then they do the end of the trailer, their final reveal, and it was a semi-truck from the movie, which, oh my word, it just made me think of Darkseid, who doesn't get enough love in the games. I love Darkseid. Really? Interesting. Oh my word. I got a jam. So yeah. I saw that Death Race trailer. And it made me wish there was a Twisted Metal game. And then I went and watched Death Race, and it wasn't bad. It was it missed the commentary and everything, or at least it wasn't as well done. Oh.
So, you are helping Cortex gather crystals. Yet, you have acquired a gem. Interesting. Well, Crash, know this. As long as you are allied with Cortex, you are my sworn enemy, and I will do anything in my power to stop you. If the fate of the world is truly your concern, you must gather the gems, not the crystals. If you obtain all 42 gems, I can use them to focus a laser. Yes, a laser beam that will destroy Cortex and the space station he has created. Until then, I must use my forces to stop you from gathering crystals.
Right. Sooner or later. Alright, I'm gonna win or lose, I'm ending with this level. Yay. So you guys ever watch those all those Death Race movies? Like the first one, oh, was it Jason Statham? Oh boy. It was fine. They did a pretty good job, like I said. I don't think it was as good as the original, but it was a fine remake. Definitely not the worst remake I've ever seen. But then they continued it with, what's his name? Like Luke. Go ahead, shot. Luke something, I forget the actor's name. Okay, went well. So it was a prequel. They're kind of going with the storyline that they change, like every time Frankenstein's their big like money bringer guy. So every time Frankenstein dies or gets too injured to continue racing, they find another capable driver to take over because he's a mask, so anyone can be Frankenstein. And so Statham's character was like used to be a racer, professional racer, and when he gets arrested, they pull strings to get him to that specific prison so he can be the new Frankenstein. Since their previous one had just he decided to get himself blown up. So he becomes Frankenstein. Has to break out because he knows that they're going to screw him over and never let him escape or never let him release, even though it's no. I need to stop trying to get those boxes. It's one of those like you win a certain amount of races, you're free. He's like, yeah, they're never going to let me escape. So him and Machine Gun Joe team up, escape, and live happily ever after. Tyrese earning that paycheck. So then they did a prequel with Luke, whatever that guy's name is, and it was pretty good. It was supposed to kind of show the creation of Death Race. So So yeah, they're trying to, since the corporation owns a prison, they're trying to figure out how to make money. And first they just have like these like pit fights basically, and they're doing all right, but they're not doing great. And so they decide to up the stakes, and they bring in cars and everything and create Death Race. And oh boy, Luke played a getaway driver. And I don't remember why they gave him the mask, but he became like the first Frankenstein. And then I haven't watched him in a while, but yeah, he becomes the first Frankenstein. Haha. Oh boy. Forgot. Okay, I need to focus for a second. Okay, we're good. Not a problem. I don't really remember what happens towards the end of the movie. Like the big, I know one of his, like the girl that's supposed to ride with him to be his weapon person. Basically, like you betray him and you get time off your sentence, and she regrets that. And towards the end of the movie, like it's obvious that like Luke forgives her, probably because she's hot. You always forgive the hot ones. What am I supposed to do there? I can break them off. So the next movie, it's still a prequel to the first one, the Jason Statham one. But now it's like, oh, we need to up the ante. And trying to spin it off. Do I have to hit the snail guy into it? I'm a little slow, probably because I'm trying to talk way too much. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, let's break it all. Let's break it all. Oh boy. But yeah, now they want to up the ante, so they make it a much bigger race. So now it's like, which way do I even go? Okay, let's head back this way first. I thought I was past him. Now it's this big, massive race. It's out in the desert, multi-day race. That's quite the scream. Go ahead, chop. And it's like one of those, it's similar to the Statham movie where it's, okay, we're going to get betrayed. It makes me nervous. I feel like I'm missing. Crap, I do need to go back the other way. Whew. Anyways, it's obvious they're gonna get betrayed and screwed over. Oh, come on! Alright, so yeah. Oh, crap. Oh, boy. I guess I don't get those. So, third movie takes place in the desert. At the end of it... Oh, come on! Big surprise, the bad guys are gonna be bad and betray them. Screw over the person who was supposed to be taking over the franchise or something. I can't remember. Anyways, so they trap him, and basically blow up the building he's in, which burns his face. And then it shows him like in with the mask on, and heavily implies that he's actually the Frankenstein you see in the first movie, the Jason Statham movie, making it come full circle. Like, all right, well, cool. They gave that a clean ending, I guess. And then they make another movie like, oh, okay, we're doing a fourth movie. Where's this one take place? Oh, it's far in the future.
Crash, thank goodness! I hacked into Cortex's computer and found detailed schematics for an improved Cortex Vortex and a suspicious-looking space station. I'm not sure, but Cortex might be trying to...
Okay, he's probably up to something. Anyways, the third movie, it basically goes straight like a mixture of Mad Max and Escape from New York, where it's this big city that's been turned into a prison, and a secret agent has been sent in to kill Frankenstein, who like leads a gang. And yeah, it's quite different. I kind of like it, but it's just like, wow, you guys just really went for it, didn't you? Anyways, I need to end this. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you had as much I spent a there as I did. And until next time, my dear friends, until next time.